Hello everybody, this is Mateo, and now that I'm commentating on the correct video, let's actually do stuff. Seriously, there's gonna be a blooper at the end of this video explaining exactly what I mean by that. But for now, right south of Pallet Town, Mr. Mime can be found, which is a Psychic-type Pokemon, although this is a Mrs. Mime, I guess. But yeah, there you go, Mr. Mime. It's an alright Pokemon, not really the best Psychic-type. But, you know, it's a thing. I used to view, like, Jinx as the female, Mr. Mime counterpart, you know? Because, I mean, they're both Psychic-type. Mr. Mime isn't 100% male, although it really should be, considering it has Mr. in its name. And Jinx is 100% female at the very least. Now, I know that isn't true, but still, it's just a thing. And also the fact that Jinx has the ice typing as well doesn't help that theory crafting. But you know, whatever, I don't really care. I just like to have these ideas of things, yes. Will Mateo change Pokemon? Probably not, because I don't know strategy, and I just strength everything for days. Still though, these trainers have level 38, 40-ish Pokemon at what's supposed to be the first town in the game. Like, it must really suck to start your journey 3 years after Pokemon Trainer Red, who apparently started his journey 3 years ago, as we heard from his mother. Like, these stronger trainers just have taken over the area, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna beat up every single trainer that tries to leave the town to start their adventure, make them never want to do their adventure ever. And yeah, that's apparently a thing. What am I doing here? Calling mom? Yes, I'm working hard. Sure. Saved up a ton of money. No, I don't want you to keep on saving my money. Alright, that's the thing. Okay, there we go. I honestly don't really know why I did that. I guess it's because there is another way to get moonstones in this game, and I have yet to do it, but I'll show it eventually because we still need 1 or 2 more. Something like that, and I will make sure to show that eventually. But for now, she's not buying me any moonstones, so she will not save my money. That way I can have all the money in order to buy Ultra Balls and stuff. Although at this point, money is not the biggest concern, really. Unless you were, like, trying to get a bunch of, I don't know, just get a bunch of coins in the casino to get TMs and stuff. That is one thing that's kind of annoying about my Fire Red 100% playthrough that I'm still working on. It's been like almost a year. Well, actually no, I started kind of towards the beginning of this school year. So yeah, we're going on like 7 to 8 months, and I just now hit 100 hours in it. I'm actually at 108 right now, but I hit 100 yesterday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure me leaving it on has added some hours. Because you know how if you're playing a DS game on the thing, it'll, like, put the DS game in standby mode, and it just basically won't play, but it won't necessarily be off either. But it won't, like, rack up the time. However, for a Game Boy Advanced game, it doesn't do that. The game will still be on, and it'll still be racking up minutes or whatever. So, like, I'll be on my way to school, and I'll be playing Pokemon Fire Red on the bus for, like, the 10 minutes that I'm on the bus. And then I'll get in the middle of a battle or something, so I'm like, well, I can't save it right now, and I can't really play through it, because I gotta go to school. So yeah, I just kind of leave it on, put it in, or close it, leaving it on, put it in my pocket and go. And then I gain quite a number of hours throughout that school day, so I'm not sure exactly how many of those hours are actually played hours. Actually played hours, I probably haven't hit 100, and probably more like around, I don't know, 50, 60-ish. But I am kind of nearing the end of that 100% playthrough. I've got about 450 more boxes to go, but a lot of it is, like, Leaf Green exclusives, which, speaking of which, I need to somehow get my hands on a Leaf Green game and 2 Game Boy Advances to trade everything over. So yeah, that's gonna take a while and is going to be kind of expensive, which I'm not really looking forward to. Is there a... Probably not, but I wonder if there's a way to, like, get a Game Boy player for the GameCube, and, like, put one game in that and the other game, like, with you in the Game Boy Advance, and then you just trade that way. That'd be really nice, although I highly doubt that working like that. Ah well, eventually I'm sure I'll be able to find those things, but it's going to be kind of really expensive because, I mean, Pokemon games never go for under 20 bucks, and it sucks, and Game Boy Advances themselves are going to be somewhat expensive as well. And I'm going to need 2 of them, or I'm at least gonna need 1 of them. I could probably borrow another one from a friend, but if I do want to get a... Actually, no, I don't think that the Game Boy player actually uses a Game Boy Advance system. Like, you can use your GameCube controller for it or something, right? I don't know, I've never used one. Although I am kind of planning on getting one eventually, or borrowing a friend's, for when I do Pokemon Emerald, which won't be for a while. Which, I know a lot of people have been asking me about it, but I mean, I'm still in the middle of Crystal, and it's taken me 5+ months to get this far, and although we're kind of near the end here, we're like in the home stretch, it takes a lot of time and effort to do a Pokemon game the way I do it, where you get them all and stuff, and it's very, very time-consuming. And especially with this one, it came at a somewhat bad time, that being my junior year, the second semester of my junior year of high school, where I'm in a program called the International Baccalaureate Program, and it just takes a whole lot of extra work and stuff. And I've just needed to focus my efforts into that, and I had to put the channel to the wayside for the most part. I didn't have the time to record Pokemon Crystal videos. But now, the work has at least slowed down. Like, pretty much all of the IB stuff is done. But I still have regular schoolwork, which, I mean, I can keep up with just fine. It's all the extra stuff that becomes difficult to manage, time-wise. So, yeah, that's a thing. However, I know I've said this like 4 times before, but I'm pretty sure it's actually, like, the truth this time. I think I'm back for good. Until maybe finals week. But that'll just be like 3 days. And then I'll be back for the summer. And I'm hoping, in kind of a way to make up for it, I'm going to be doing 2 Let's Plays, like 2 Let's Play videos a day. 2 different games at a time, over the summer. Although, of course, there will be summer vacation, and I'm going to take 3 days off for Pokemon VGCs and stuff, but I might be recording vlogs for that. As a replacement, kind of, although they won't be uploaded till later. Basically, I semi-have big things planned for the summer, in hopes to make up for my extended absence, which I apologize about. I mean, just... I don't know, I was raised to put school ahead of everything, and especially with something as important as the International Baccalaureate Program and all that extra work and stuff, I really just couldn't make time for both. And so, school being the most important thing as far as I'm concerned, I had to focus my efforts on that rather than this. But now that I'm back, I think I'm back for good, for at least for a while. I'm actually planning on recording more Pokemon Crystal videos and more Super Mario 64. I almost said Super Mario Sunshine there, but I'm planning on recording both over this upcoming weekend, because I'm really not gonna have a lot at all to do during then, so I can just, like, catch up, make up for lost time. That's the basic plan here. I'm coming back full steam, basically, or at least I hope so. I don't see why I wouldn't, but I mean, only Sith speak in absolutes. Yeah, pretty much. We're gonna go with that. Okay, so yeah, Brock. Really interesting trainer. Actually, going back to the game for once, he has a Kabutops and an Omastar. which I really like how he actually uses fossil Pokemon. I don't know about you guys, but I think that all of the fossil Pokemon look really, really cool. I'm trying to think of a fossil Pokemon that really disappointed me. Cradily is kind of eh, but I mean, its design makes sense for it being the more defensive Pokemon. But I mean, other than somewhat Cradily, all of the fossil Pokemon look awesome. And I really like them. And Kabutops for a while was my favorite Pokemon. I'm not really entirely sure why, probably because it had sword arms, for one, but also the fact that it had, the fossil set of Pokemon trading cards, the Kabutops from that set, was the very first holographic, Pokemon card that I got, and I was, like, so excited because, like, oh my god, it's all shiny and stuff. But you know, it's really not too big of a deal. I mean, certain cards are holographic, you know, whatever. But I was so amazed because I was like, oh, lord, how old was I then? Oh, man, let me look up when Fossil came out. Because when did Fossil Set TCG come out? I hope it knows, yeah, it knows that I meant Pokemon. Because, I don't know, maybe there's Magic the Gathering, Fossil, whatever, or something. Okay, it came out in English in 1999, so I would have been 3. I'm pretty sure I was, like, 5 or 6 or something when I saw that. How long were they, like, selling Fossil in basic stores? Really doesn't say. When was the next set? 2000... 2000 Gym Booster, Gym Heroes. And then... Gym Challenge in 2000 as well. And also then Neo Genesis at 2000 again. So yeah, I'm just gonna say that I was around 5 or 6, and it was just this super shiny Pokemon card, and I was so amazed, and it was a really cool looking Pokemon too, like Kabutops, also set in teleportation. And just, I showed my dad it, and he was like, oh, you know, whatever. And I was kind of disappointed that he didn't think it was nearly as cool as what I did. But, you know, it's more of a kid thing, I can tell now, but still, like, it was just so neat. So for a while, Kabutops was my favorite Pokemon because of that. Alright, so we're coming back to Johto for a second. I think somebody called about having a stone or something. We can finally make use of that rail pass, which is nice. Able to travel back and forth between the two whenever we want, rather than having to wait certain days. That side quest is definitely worth it, especially if you're planning on getting a ton of stuff. It's very nice to be able to easily travel between these two areas. Okay, so we got a Leaf Stone from I forget your name, which we can use to evolve Pokemon and stuff. It's really odd. There's normally a trick you can do in this game where you fly home and you talk to your mother, and she will be like, oh, hey, is this about money? And then you say no. And then she'll bring up another question. Do you want to change the time for daylight savings time? And then you say yes. And, like, 90% of the time, you will get a call from one of the people in your phone. And if you just keep on doing that, eventually they'll call you saying, hey, I have a stone for you. Why don't you come over and pick it up? So then you run over to them and pick it up. Which is a nice little exploit, I guess you could call it, in order to get a ton of stones if you really want to. But the thing is, I was trying to do that and I got a couple stones from it, but it eventually got to the point where the mom said something along the lines of like, oh, I can't do it, check the instruction manual, or something like that, and I was like, what the heck is this? What is she talking about? And so yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but I can't do that exploit anymore, and it kind of sucks, because now I just have to wait until they eventually call me saying, hey, I have an evolutionary stone. Because, you know, that happens normally. Whatever. Now we're evolving Pokemon and stuff. Got a Dugtrio, got a Persian almost, some other things, yeah. Okay, so, I don't know, it's just something that came in my mind right before I recorded this video, or started recording the commentary for this video, is just the structuring of how I did catching all the Pokemon. Let me think. Okay, so the original Let's Play that I do not suggest watching because of horrible audio quality, basically the way that I structured it, excuse me, when it came to trading Pokemon, was that if I got to a route, let's just say it's Route 50, okay? And I'm playing Crystal, but if there's a Pokemon that you can only get at Route 50 in Gold version, I would switch to Gold version, which I was playing through simultaneously, but not catching everything in. Get to Route 50, and then record a little bit of a video from that, put in a little text box saying, from Gold version, and then show me getting into the Pokemon fight, catching that Pokemon. And then I would trade, quote-unquote, because this is an emulator, I had to actually hack the same Pokemon into this game, rather than trade it. But I would trade, quote-unquote, the Pokemon from Gold to Crystal immediately after. Whereas in this one, I am instead waiting until I have all of the gym badges to do all the trades and stuff, which basically means that we're gonna have, like, after we fight all the gym battles and we're almost done with that, we're gonna have 3, 4, maybe 5 videos of just Pokemon evolving and stuff. So I really don't know which is the better format for catching Pokemon in this game. You know, I think that maybe the second one, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Which one sounds like the better format? It would be really helpful to know what you all think for when I eventually do Emerald. But it's also a pain to go through 3 games at the same time, especially the same game. And if I'm going to be doing it on the Game Boy player for Emerald, like I'm planning on doing, it's going to be even more of a pain because it's not like I can speed through the game. So yeah, that's just going to be even more of a pain. Although I guess eventually I'm going to have to play through those games anyways to do the trades and stuff. I really don't know. I'm blathering now. But what do you guys think about that kind of format for the videos for future Pokemon type projects? Okay, what's going on? Oh, hey, we're in the Celadon thing. Of course, I'm down 55 coins because they have to be a pain about it. But we want to get that Porygon. It's really odd how you've never been able to catch Porygon in the wild. At least I'm pretty sure you can still not catch Porygon in the wild. I honestly really don't know. I'm pretty sure you can't though, but there we go. We have 5,600 now. Because, you know, they can't do an even number for whatever reason, but, you know, whatever. And now we can go ahead and get that Porygon. And really, the Porygon is the only thing that you really want from this area. I mean, you can get the Larvitar, but it is extremely expensive, and you can eventually catch one in the wild eventually anyways. Granted, it's very, very, very late in the game. Really, I would only suggest buying the Larvitar here if you are planning on using it on your team. That way you can get a head start in training it. But, you know, I really don't know. Okay, so with that, we've gotten the Porygon, we've gotten other things, and I'm going to randomly just end the video right here, and also throw the mic over to me about 5 minutes before I started recording this video in the past for that there blooper that I think I mentioned. So yeah, me in the past, here you go. Start recording in 3, 2, 1, go. Hello everybody, that's kinda loud. It's been so long, I don't even remember what we were doing. Apparently, we're going to the water-type gym to fight Misty and stuff. Yes, that is indeed correct. I'm going to go make sure that I haven't already recorded over this video, and forgot to, like, note that I had already uploaded this video, part 37, because, you know, professionality, should have done that beforehand, yeah. Um, uh? Did I already do this video? I did already do this video! I already did part 37. You see, this is why I check things and make sure. Yeah, so I've already done this. So I will see you in the actual part that I should be recording in a moment. Well, it's probably gonna go at the end of part 37 as a blooper. Yeah, that's the plan. Yep.